Hi, welcome to Thrive Psychology and Thrive Thursday. On Monday, we talked about emotionally immature parents and how their limitations can leave deep marks on their children. Today, I want to give you hope. We're exploring the healing process through reparenting, self compassion, boundaries, and building healthier connections. We are going to look at some strategies to help you with all of that. So, the first step is often to recognize and grieve. So, healing begins by facing reality. You did not get the emotional parenting that you needed. Many people stay stuck because they keep hoping that their parents will change. So, what we want to do is give ourselves permission to grieve. Write down what you longed for, or you wished for, or hoped for as a child, such as I wanted to be listened to, I wanted to be comforted, I wanted or needed to be encouraged. And then acknowledge that it wasn't my fault that I didn't receive this. So Gibson emphasizes that grieving unmet needs is the foundation for breaking free from guilt and resentment. Now, part two looks at boundaries. Emotionally immature parents often blur boundaries, leaving adult children feeling guilty for pulling away. Boundaries are not punishment, they are protection. So you may want to start small with boundaries if this is something new for you. So you may limit oversharing with parents who invalidate you. You may use neutral disagreement when conversations turn toxic or uncomfortable. So instead of arguing or trying to get them to see your point, you can just say, I hear you. Let's talk about something else. Decide ahead of time how much contact feels safe for you. Maybe you spend less time with them if it's too uncomfortable to stay with the pattern of visiting them every Sunday for roast beef dinner. So, boundary setting strengthens your ability to separate your identity from family expectations. Now, the third part is almost like reparenting yourself. So, you may, like when parents cannot nurture you, unfortunately, it's left to us to nurture ourselves because we may never get those needs met from them. So we want to practice inner reparenting. So when you feel triggered, you may want to speak or imagine speaking to your younger self. You're safe now. Your needs do matter. I got you. Create rituals of self-care. Warm meals, rest, journaling, play, and replace self-criticism with compassionate language. Instead of replaying that old narrative you may have heard a million times, I'm too sensitive. Instead, try, my sensitivity is a gift and it allows me to have empathy for others. Now, Kristen Neff's work on self-compassion shows that treating ourselves kindly reduces shame and increases resilience. Now, the fourth step is to start to build an emotionally mature support system. You cannot heal fully in isolation. Seek emotionally safe people, friends, partners, therapists, community who can offer empathy, respect, and reciprocity. So look for emotional maturity markers in others. Do they respect when you say no? Can they handle differences without feeling like you're getting punished? Do they show empathy instead of defensiveness? So we start to realize we can choose people who choose you, not people who need you to choose them at your own expense. So choosing people who also choose us helps us heal. And part 5 is rewriting the inner narrative. So the voices of emotionally immature parents often linger in our minds. You're too much. Stop being so sensitive. Why can't you just fill in the blank? So replace these with new truths. My needs are valid. I'm allowed to say no. I am worthy of love that feels safe. Practicing these affirmations daily and pairing them with grounding exercises to rewire old neural pathways. Neuroplasticity research shows that repeated compassionate self-talk reshapes the brain's threat response circuit. Now, you can't go back and change your childhood, but you can change the way you treat yourself now. You can set boundaries, seek out safe people, and begin nurturing the part of you that has always deserved love, safety, and respect. Healing doesn't erase what happened, but it does give you freedom to write a new story. As you practice these tools, remember to give yourself credit. Choosing to do things differently takes courage. I want to acknowledge the effort you're putting into gaining awareness and making meaningful, positive changes. It's not always easy. You're doing important work, and that really matters. Now, I want us to look ahead to what's coming next. So, when we grow up in this environment with emotionally immature parents, unfortunately, it can shape the way we see ourselves, it can shape the way we handle conflict, and it can shape the way we experience two emotions most of us were never allowed to have: anger and shame. So, letting go of the hope that your parents might become who you need is a profound, courageous grief. It also becomes the doorway to reclaiming parts of yourself that you were forced to hide: your voice, your worth, your boundaries, and your inner fire. So, the next series is going to be so important for you. We're going to dive into healthy anger, how to understand it, how to express it, and how to stop turning it inward as self-blame. And then we'll move into shame resilience and learn to soften the inner critic, build self-worth, and feel whole again. These emotions were shaped in the environments we grew up in, but how do we relate to them now? This is where your power begins. Take care. I look forward to seeing you next time.